Hey everyone, we are just a couple of weeks from one of the biggest RV shows in the country, the 2025 Florida RV Super Show, commonly known as the Tampa RV Show. It's right around the corner. We'll be heading there for our 6th or 7th time.
I think it's our 7th.
Yeah, and we have a lot of tips for you newcomers or for people who have been to the show. We've learned a lot over that time, and this is going to be everything you need to know about the show, how you're going to save money, how you're going to save time, how you're going to make the most out of the show.
If you enjoy our videos and you find them helpful, just make sure you subscribe. A lot of you have found yourself unsubscribed, so just take a quick look and make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell.
Also, you can see the merch I'm wearing, the RVing USA shirt and hat. You have a couple of days, guys, until December 31st, and then the company that makes these will no longer be making them. Now, we are actively seeking another company. We hope to have another company on board, but we can't promise anything other than what we have now. So we're going to put a link down below if you're interested. It's been our most popular merchandise. You got a couple days left. Let's get into this.
All right, so throughout each of the things we're going to discuss with you, we're going to be dropping in little endless RVing show tips for you to kind of help make the show experience a little bit more successful for you. It's things that we've learned over the years. So the first one is, when is the show? It is Wednesday, January 15th through Sunday, January 19th. From Wednesday to Saturday, the show is going to be 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then on Sunday, 9 to 4 p.m. Industry Day is on Tuesday, January 14th. We will be there working hard, getting lots of videos for you.
So this is significant because if you've been to the Hershey show and you haven't been to the Tampa show, you know the Hershey show goes a lot later. It goes till 8 o'clock. Don't expect that here. It's done early.
Now, where is the show located? It is at the Florida State Fairgrounds. It's in Tampa, Florida, obviously. Endless RVing show tip number 1, to avoid crowds, consider going early, but even more so later in the day. People tend to go, like, I don't want to say early, but late morning, early afternoon, but by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it starts to die down a little bit usually. So you can go there and get a little bit more viewing of the RVs that you're trying to see.
You'll be able to park a little bit closer, less crowds. Now, there's still crowds there. We're going to get into that a little bit later. So the admission, adults $15 per person. It's a 2-day pass. Children under 16 are free. Tickets are available for purchase at entrance gate, or you can purchase online prior to the show. We suggest you purchase online. That way you don't have to really wait in lines. It's going to make more sense.
Now, there are discounts to be had. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, senior citizens get a discount of $2 off. Every day, first responders and military get $2 off. So if you're going to the show every day, just take $2 off your ticket price.
General parking is handled by the Florida State Campgrounds. Any questions, please contact 813-621-7821. We're going to put the link to the Florida RV Super Show down below. You can read all that. But the daily rates are $10 per car, $16 per RV. Cash and credit cards are accepted. So here's your next tip. If you are bringing a car and RV, especially if you're bringing an RV, pack it with food. The reason why we say this is that the food is expensive there. There's not a lot of choice, although last year they had some food trucks. They were better, but there's lines and nobody wants to wait online. I don't want to wait online, especially that Greek place, which wasn't our favorite one. The lines are huge. So if you have the opportunity to walk back to your RV, take advantage of it.
Now, let's talk about dogs. So Tampa is much more lenient than the Hershey RV show when it comes to dogs. So they say mild-tempered dogs on leash can come. Now, at the Hershey show, you have to have that dog contained, either in a crate. We saw some crazy setups that people had. They stacked crates. They were rolling them on, carts or whatever. You can have your dog walking around. Again, and we say this in every show, I love seeing the dogs. I just don't like seeing dogs that are scared. If your dog is not a crowd type of dog, really think about leaving them on the RV or, putting them in daycare or something, just so they don't have to deal with that. And also, depending on the weather, Tampa can get cold and it can get really hot.
It can rain also.
Right. We were there one year. It was like 95 or I think it was our first year. It's just going to be too much. Dogs can really get overheated. So just consider before you bring them what type of situation it's going to be.
So the next thing we're going to get into is there is a free shuttle service. So take advantage of that free shuttle service. Unless you like to walk, it is a big fairground. There is a lot of steps that you can get in. But that shuttle service will travel around the outside of the RV show, take visitors from the north end to the midway. So once you walk through it, you'll kind of get the layout. Now they lay the RVs out differently every year. Something was last year, may not be this year. They kind of moved them around. If you plan on taking an RV down to Florida to camp and you want to go to a show, You want to connect to Camp Florida. That's a website. We'll put that down below for area campgrounds. Now, they can be very crowded. They're obviously very expensive. It's prime season in Florida, so expect to pay $100+ a night. That is the going rate. Some places are $150. I know we're looking last year. The place that we stayed right up the road was $150 a night, which we didn't pay that. We didn't stay at that campground, but it's going to get expensive if you can find a place. Now, we'll be traveling over a couple days from New Jersey down to Florida. Many of you have asked us, what do you use to plan your trips? What's the secret? It's not a secret, guys. We use tools like everybody else, but one of the biggest tools that we have, it's become our default, is Adventure Genie. Adventure Genie is a specific RV planning tool that utilizes the power of artificial intelligence, AI, to plan out your trip. And it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty fun. And yes, you take the Adventure Genie, you plug in all your information, specifics, where you want to go, how many miles you want to do each day, anything you want about this trip, and it will create a trip for you. And what's beautiful about it is it's so easy to use. So you can use the personal Genie where you literally plug in your information and it plans out the whole trip. You can add in what they call Genie wishes, which are like activities in different spots that you want to stay. So you can say where you're going to stay and say, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it'll all be lined up for you in a beautiful, easy to follow
itinerary.
Thank you.
If you like hiking where you go to places, you like eating like we do.
Certain restaurants.
It'll start to say, oh, well, you're going to be in this area and this restaurant. So it's pretty awesome, guys. And it's getting better every day. They're constantly upgrading it. One of the founders worked for Microsoft. He was an executive at Microsoft, and they're also RVers.
So Scott and Lisa Langle are the owners, and they are such great people. They're really, really nice. We did a full video with Scott. We'll actually be doing another video with him in Tampa to bring to you all the amazing changes that they've made and improvements on the program. So we're excited really to see how much further it's even moving.
And since they're a sponsor of this video, we're going to put a link down below. You sign up for Adventure Genie, you get 50% off. And this is not expensive, right? 50% off. It's like $25 a year. Pretty good. And 50% off for us. So we're going to put that link down below.
Now, let's talk about why people are going there. I don't think they're going there for the food. Maybe you're going there for the one-man band. I mean, he is pretty cool. Or those that little like puppet guy that walks around, or the plant person, whatever. It's like a circus. It's awesome. People are going to look at RVs. So, little tip for you, tip number whatever we're at for, make sure when you're looking that you're keeping track. So I remember the first year when we were looking at RVs, I didn't take pictures of anything. I didn't write anything down, and we were lost. Take the notes app on your phone, or take a notebook or something and write down maybe the section where you are. Write down the specific RVs, the floor plans, everything you're looking at. Take pictures so you remember. Guys, when you look at a lot of RVs, they start to kind of like all meld into one. You forget.
Especially start getting tired.
Yeah, absolutely. So do that. So this way you have everything in one place and be able to recall what you looked at.
Now, this is one of the largest RV shows in the country. It's put on by the Florida RV Trade Association, as well as manufacturers, dealers. There's a huge cost for them to be there. Why I'm saying this is the reason why they're putting this show together is not to be like nice, not to say it's a great show. It's to sell you RVs. So just be aware of that. They're going to be salesmen trying to sell you RVs. If you're looking to buy an RV, this is a great opportunity to get on many of them. Ask questions. If you're not looking for an RV, we would suggest that you don't get pulled into, oh, they gave me a great deal. And the only reason why we say this, we had this happen to one of our subscribers at the Hershey show who told us, yes, I just bought a motorhome and my husband doesn't even know. And she had no plans of getting, that's probably a really bad idea. Just keep that in mind.
This show is also a little bit different than Hershey in terms of the manufacturers that are there. So all the major manufacturers are there, from the Rev Group to Newmar to Tiffin to Forest River. I mean, you name it. They're
all the high end.
All going to be there. Yes. So what's different about the Hershey show is when you go into the Expo Center on the fairgrounds there, you will see RVs that you don't get to see at the Hershey show. So they have all the Prevost lineups. They'll have usually Marathon, Liberty Coach is there, Millennium is usually there. A lot of times they'll have a Prevost shell that you can see, which is really cool. All the Airstreams are usually in there as well. They have those at Hershey, but you get to see all the Prevosts, and that is really, really cool. You can walk on them. You usually have to take your shoes off. Just know that. So if you have feet issues, just know you can't go on there.
It's usually not like 100 people. They'll do like one at a time. So
yeah. So it's really, really cool.
Now, if you're looking to buy an RV and you're not buying cash, you're going to finance, just be aware, guys, the RV dealers do make money off the finance. We would strongly suggest that if you're intending to buy something at that show, that you go in prepared with finance already. Now, we did a couple videos. We'll link the latest one up above with Chris from Into RV. Chris worked in the RV finance industry for a long time. He knows all the tricks. He knows what you should be looking for and how to get the best rate. He also, of course, provides financing, and many of our subscribers have used him and they're super happy. So we'll put the link to that video. We'll put Chris's information down below. You can call him, he'll talk to you. But if you're looking to buy, we strongly suggest you at least speak to him, get pre-approved, and then you can go from there.
Another cool thing about the shows is a lot of you like to learn things. So they have a full seminar schedule. You could go to seminars every day, all day if you want. There's always something there that's offered that is very educational, teach about all different things RV. So you can check that out. Also, a great thing at these shows is they have products. They have hashtag stuff galore. If you go into one of the supplier buildings, there's like 2 supplier buildings, I believe, but General RV has an entire section of just stuff. It's really, really cool. So if you need anything for your RV or just anything to do with camping at all, you're pretty much going to be able to find it there.
Also, since you're in Florida, I believe they offer more like services for RVs. So they have like a foggy window repair. Florida has a lot of RVs. I'm kind of like Hershey doesn't have that RV community like Florida and Indiana has. So a lot of those companies are going to be there, which is pretty awesome. Now, our next tip is really for the motorized. People are buying motorhomes. These tend to be much bigger purchases. We would suggest that you, at minimal, test drive that motorhome before you order it or buy it. Now, this becomes very difficult at these shows because you have upwards of 60, 70, 80,000 people. It's a little bit of a madhouse. We last year went to the National Indoor RV Center's Music City Motorhome Expo, which was the first time last year. We'll be back there again this year. If you're buying a motorhome from a production manufacturer, we highly suggest that you go out to the show. Now, we did a full video about it. We'll link it up above, and we'll be doing future videos, but basically it's a VIP experience. You pay a set fee to be there, and last year I think there was 200 and something people there, meaning that you can walk on the motorhome and there's nobody there, and you have the manufacturers, the engineers. You could test drive as many as you want.
We did. We test drove a bunch of them.
Test drove a bunch. Entertainment, food, and the great thing is that if you're a serious buyer, this is only for serious buyers, the fee that you pay to get in there is credited back to you if you buy a new or used motorhome within 1 year. So it really costs you nothing. The feedback from people that were there was amazing. They're doing it again this year. So we just wanted to give that tip. A lot of people don't know about that. It's pretty, much smaller compared to this, but the experience is great.
Well, what we loved about it is that we got to spend time with, if you were there, we got to eat meals with our subscribers. We just got to meet people. It's just a much smaller venue, as Izzy said. There were 200 or so people there. It was a great experience. If you are serious, definitely check it out. Now, we will be at the show for most of the week. We have to leave a little bit early. We're not going to be there the last day or so, but we will be doing a meet and greet. We're not sure when yet, so we will get back to you on that, but just stay tuned to our social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on TikTok also, but we put out a lot of information. We also put it on the community page on YouTube as well. So we'll be keeping you up to date as to what's going on as we get closer to the show.
Also, our free monthly newsletter, we do keep things up to date there. Recaps where we're going to be. We'll put that link down below. It doesn't cost you anything. You sign up. It's once a month, guys, and it's our gift to give back to you. It doesn't cost anything, and we don't make anything out of it, but we just put the time in to give you that information.
Will you be attending the 2025 Florida RV Super Show? We can't wait to see you. We love it. We love getting out of New Jersey for a little
nice
warmth. Can't wait.
So I want you to put in the comments, like MJ said, if you're going to be there. If you like videos like this, guys, to the left of us, we'll put our RV news playlist. We'll put our RV tourist playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.